Welcome to Earground. My name is Plot Makwene. It's a pleasure to be joining you guys. It's been a very long time since we had like direct live conversation with artists and different guests that we host from time to time here on Earground. It is an honor and a pleasure to actually be speaking to one of the most talked about artists. She's super talented and also she has her own fair share of controversy. She has managed to create a bit of interest on internet. And away from that, we're going to be talking to her more about her work and what she's been up to. Hello, Vimba, and welcome to Earground.
Thank you so much, Plot. How you been?
I'm good. You just came back from Zimbabwe. Tell us your experience there. How was your experience in Zimbabwe?
All I can say is Zimbabwe is really painful. It's a lot of things are just not in place, and it's hard to find the little things you need. It's really tough. But yeah, we all hope that everything is gonna go well. But yeah, that's how it is at the moment.
And as a creative, as an artist, how is it like being an artist in such an environment? You're working there constantly.
Yeah, it's like the attitude of the people has changed. People are really bitter and they are not happy. And so most of the time when you actually arrange meetings, some don't show up, some do, and this it's just a lot. And some give you excuses of, hey, the transport is not there, the transport is just suddenly more expensive, and I didn't have enough, and it's a lot of hassles. So yeah, it's really tough, but yeah, we gotta keep going. There's a lot of hope, and hopefully it's gonna go well. Yeah.
Great, quite interesting. And I mean, talking about that hope, what ignites your hope? You're constantly going back to Zimbabwe so many times that you are there, you're attending most of the events that are happening there, but also, yeah, and also that you are having your own concerts in the same environment. Like you're based in Netherlands, but always going back to Zimbabwe. And I think I'm not the only person who's been wondering why Mumbai is constantly going back to Zimbabwe.
Well, what I can tell you is the only thing you can serve European market that Europeans don't know is something that comes naturally out of you because of your culture, your background, and where you're from. I cannot serve Europeans the things they already get served by Americans. So the only way I can do that is to go back to my country, try to keep myself updated with everything that's going on, keep my art alive, and then bring it as an export to this country, to Netherlands. So it's very important that I go back to Zimbabwe and I work with Zimbabweans, and I really want Zimbabwe to be on the map. Um, we have a lot to offer the world. We have a lot to show. We have a rich culture. We have a culture of giving, and also our heritage is very rich. So as a person who does traditional music, who plays mbira, who does original Zimbabwean music, I feel that for that to happen, I need to keep myself updated, just like a software update on the phone.
Nice.
you,
That's quite
you have
interesting.
to update yourself and make sure you're inclined with the current situations of the society where I'm from. So that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why I go there. And also, uh, whenever I want to do my music, because I do a lot of traditional katekwe,
Yes.
linemba, kumba, chokoto, shangara, chinyambera. So this music, I'm also working with other producers here, but for them to have an understanding of what I actually do and what chinyambera is, I have to actually have it with me, and then they can have an understanding of what I mean by I need the snare to go like that, and I need the drum to go like this. So I'm still getting all my traditional and all my naturalness from my own country and from my own background, from my own people. So going back and forth to Zimbabwe is a very good thing. I don't have the money, but I really invest in that to make sure that I keep it alive.
Great. And talking about keeping alive, you have brought so much life to, a couple of events that have happened in Zimbabwe, notably the awards. Despite all the controversies that are sort of is associated with awards in Zimbabwe, you were at the Zimbabwe Music Awards, and
Yeah.
a few weeks later you went back for the Star FM Music Awards. And I remember even last year when you were there at the Star FM Awards, where you were nominated, you were sort of one of the center of attraction in terms of your appearance, your outfit. And take us through, where do you get these costumes from? Because they seem very unique. Are they locally made? Are they made by a Zimbabwean? And what goes into the work that you put in to make your costumes?
Well, like I said before, I love everything Zimbabwean, and the only way we can all grow is to be able to export the Zimbabwean culture, the Zimbabwean fashion, the Zimbabwean naturalness. So my designer is a Zimbabwean, and he does everything in Zimbabwe. He's one of the best designers I've ever met. He's also humble and laid back, and we work together very well. I'm a designer in my own right,
Yeah.
but most of the time we share ideas with my designer, and then we put things together and we create um, something out of this world. So most of the time it's like we think it through way, way, way before, which
Yes.
means like right now I'm going to Zimbabwe probably end of April, God willing,
Okay.
and
Great.
also in July or August. But he's already busy with everything that I need in April
Okay.
and everything I need in July or August.
Yes.
So it's a matter of taking your time, think through about what theme you want to put out there, and then work on it. He has a team of three ladies who are
Okay.
hardworking, and they make everything to detail. So it's really amazing. And speaking of the awards, um, I went last year for the first time to Star
Yeah.
FM Music
Start
Awards.
from
I
music
was
awards.
Yes, I was a nominee, and also to Zima Awards, I was a nominee, and this year as well at Star FM Music Awards, I was a nominee. This has been a very good 2 years for me, and I'm really, really proud of myself for all the work that I've done. And
Yes.
uh, being on the red carpet, what I
Yes.
can tell you is it's supposed to be an experience. Before we even go to the red carpet, let's talk about the awards in general.
Is it important? I mean, some artists are not showing up for these awards. They're saying, look, they are not credible, so or some don't even express themselves. They just simply don't show up. What's your response to that? Before we get to the red carpet, you are traveling from Netherlands to go back to Zimbabwe and participate at awards, some of which are labeled as not really being fair and credible enough, but you still go there.
Okay, what I can say is the whole fair and credible thing is something we can develop. It's something that can be fixed. It's something that when people sit down, we can all agree to disagree. And most of the time, the one you want nominated might not be a nominee that year, and the one
Yes.
you want to win might not win. And sometimes we can't all win. Hey, there's like five people nominated in an award, or three or four. We can't all be winners, but sometimes it's important to just appreciate that you've been recognized. What
Mm.
I would say is the award ceremonies in Zimbabwe have not yet developed to a standard that we all want.
Yes.
Like we keep comparing them to Grammys. Oh my God!
Mm.
Like, why are we talking about the Grammys? Let's talk about the summer, for instance, the ones
Mm.
who are in South Africa. Before we
Yeah.
even go to the Grammys, we have our economic challenges. We have problems that we go through just to make sure that those awards happen,
Yes.
and it's a challenge to artists, to the organizers, to the public, to everyone. If things are tough in the country, they are also tough for everyone who is organizing any
Mm.
kind of event.
Yes.
So we should put that into perspective. So that being said, the ones who are actually trying to make it happen, the more we support them, I think is the more we can overcome and actually be at the point where we can now say, the Grammys do this, but we are doing that.
Yes.
Right now, I think we are still completely at the bottom when it comes to awards. We are still at the bottom, and we can still rise and get to the stage of the summer in South Africa,
Yes.
and then to be able to go up all the way to the Grammys. We can do that. It's very doable, but it is only the attitude that makes
Okay.
things happen. When I say the attitude, I mean be a part of it. You as an artist,
Yes.
if you are involved, make yourself involved. Don't just sit there at the back of the line and complain.
Yes.
Because when you sit at the back of the line and complain about who did what didn't go wrong,
Without engaging.
without engaging, that makes it difficult for anyone who is trying to make these awards a success.
Yes.
So be a team player in the game that that you are in. This is an industry for all of us, and us as musicians, as artists, we want it to be a success. But how can something be a success if we are not involved? If we don't play together with the ones who are organizing it for
Yes.
us? The people who are organizing, they organize it for us, right?
Yes.
So we have to be team players. We have to be able to join in with the organizers and be part of it. Put your input in there. Say something that bugs you so that it can be
Yes.
resolved. Not to say it already when it's done. It doesn't really help, I think.
Great. And
So we still have a long way to go, but everything is doable. It's
yeah,
possible.
yeah. And you're talking about the red carpet. Napoleon Yani, who's the executive producer for the NAMA National Arts Merit Award, he
Yeah,
just issued a statement a few days ago. He says, look, there's going to be a long stretch of the red carpet, you know,
yeah.
and for that long stretch of red carpet, dress up. Don't come wearing your pajamas. He
Mhm.
didn't say that, but I'm just saying, he says, please put up your best for the
Yeah,
red carpet. It's important. You have always made sure that you looked awesome on the red carpet, but other
yeah.
artists don't really seem to be taking this serious, or they are not investing in terms of getting someone to dress them. Who dresses you? One, you mentioned the guy who dresses you. Do you mind mentioning the name of your designer?
Yes, his brand is called Evo Tribe. You can
Yes.
find Evo Tribe on all social media handles, on Facebook, on Instagram. He has all his work there, and his name is on Facebook is Just Peasy Welcome, and I we like to call him Just Peasy or Jasper or Jassy or
That's
whatever in our own places. But talking of the red carpet, it's amazing that we take these things for granted.
yeah.
It's important that you dress the part, that you want people to look at you.
Yes.
If you are in front of the people and wakapfeka something shabby and urukutoti whoever sees and basa nazo,
Yes.
well, you will see that there will be no endorsement. There will be no one wanting you to be a brand ambassador. There will be no one wanting your song, and there will be no one hiring you for that private function where suits people are going to be sitting at and they pay a lot of money.
Mhm.
So you find yourself wondering why you're not getting your poster being on one of the biggest posters in Zimbabwe, or being in one of the biggest posters all over the world where you are showing your music. You wonder why that is, because
So
people look at
can I wear my vest? Can I wear my vest and go, walk on the red carpet? Is it
you really had
permissible?
to go there. You really had to go there. Iweweka.
No, I had to ask because I think we have an example last year,
Yes.
and I also saw a bit of response from Abaya Rare saying, look, this is who I am. I'm an artist. I'm Dimba Dimba. I can wear whatever I want. Would you want to respond to that, or just in general, artists that
Well,
find it comfortable for them to just dress whatever they want to dress?
like I said, dress the part. What happens is, okay, I look at Babar and I respect the dude. He's an amazing artist.
Yes.
And what I can say is vanhu vebasketball havapfeki majezi kured carpet. Unfortunately, vese vana Kobe Bryant, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah.
And vese vana Big Shaq, and you know, all these guys. Peter Ndlovu, guys. Peter Ndlovu chaiye pavanonzi uyai ku meeting or uyai ku, you know, presentation yema medals amakawina havapfeki majezi vanhu veve. Pavanonzi we are inviting you for dinner for all the footballers who went to AFCON. Vanenda vakachena vanavo because they are meeting up with suit people hoping to get sponsorship yekuti vakwanise kuwana makiti matsva, vakwanise kuwana makiti matsva vago, and then they will get I don't know, new bags, new anything, because you know it's an industry.
Yeah.
So if you come looking all shabby, there's no way andoda kuti uzotengesa Colgate yangu or any other product that I wish you could be a brand ambassador for, because of the way yaunenge wazvirepresenta in front of the people. Hapana product yauchatengesa, even your own. So it's very important for people to come dressed up in a artistic way, since we are all artists at the red carpet. Try to, you know, bling, look good. It's part of your art. I remember last year, Cardi B akauya akabatirwa hembe nevanhu 4.
Yeah.
Vakapfeka masutu, vakapfeka vachitorepresenta vari musaidhi make vakatakura hembe yake, and then pakutorwa mapictures for red carpet they just left there.
I see in Zimbabwe people go with their own phones taking selfies. I've not seen that at major awards platforms. I always see
they don't even hold phones. But can I remember selfies? I can tell you the problem, but I don't. Maybe it's a story for another day.
Yes.
But it's something that should stop. We should not even have our phones on the red carpet. We should be talking about the event. Talk about get interviews and talk about why we're here, who dressed us, what we think about the event. Like, let's say for Star FM Music Awards, you ask me what I think about my nomination. You ask me what I think about me being in the same category as Brian Nira and Norman Masamba. What that means for me. You know, it's big.
But do you think artists in Zimbabwe are really appreciating the value of being there, for them to carry themselves in a certain way, that this is also an opportunity for them to market their brand? Because there is a lot of media attention, and this event is being broadcast, and ultimately when the awards are forgotten, when it's all done, people will remember, I mean, who was dressed up, who was looking awesome on the red carpet, and who stole the limelight, apart from who actually took the gong.
What I can tell you is, since the Star FM Music Awards and the Zima Awards, I've already gained more than 5K followers in 2 days.
Wow.
This is because people will start to wonder, who is that? Antanejei, you know, and she's a musician. Oh, but we don't know her music. What's her name? And then they'll be like, oh, she's VIMBAI ZIMUTO. All right. Then they go on YouTube, or they go to Ask Around, or they get to Spotify. Then they'll be like, oh, actually, anotorine ndiwe song yakabda paezomgidho ichizoti chizoti vanogona kunge vakaiona but vasina kunyatsowana the right attention. So in Hollywood, ma-awards munhu anototengesa music patsva simply because they appeared at the red carpet and they attended the awards and they shook hands with people. Simple.
So the nomination alone brings value. And
the nomination alone, then bonus and then you show up because your fans are expecting to see you. And when you are not there, of course, but for you and your brand, iwewe watozvidzorera kumashure. Ona. the Star FM Music Awards, the Zima Awards, the Nama Awards, these are going to be watched by people even in Lotito. Munhu wese ane cell phone yake asina zvekuita anenge ane little data.
Yes.
Anotoenda achoti what's going on there pa social media, munhu wese ari kuStar FM Music Awards, what is that? Then wotokuona uchislayer. And then wotozvibvunza kuti who is that? And then before you know it, wakutoita ka Zim tour, wakutoita ka regional tour, wakutodididi. Because vanhu vakuziva kuti who are you? Vanhu kudoti tonokuziva sei kana iwe uchirira pambare chete.
Okay, I get you.
So
And,
you have to put yourself out there. And these award ceremonies, people, these organizers, they do it for the artists. And without the artists, of course, it's tough.
But what's your word to the organizers? Because I think also artists have valid reasons on why they are not happy about certain things happening in the awards. That's why they're also not taking part. What's your word to the organizers? What would you advise them? You've been at a couple of the ceremonies. There are things, obviously, that you notice that you feel, okay, maybe this needs to be fixed for us to get that value.
What I think is, after all is said and done and all these awards are done and they see that, okay, we failed there here and we failed there, and the artists seem to be withdrawing instead of actually wanting to be at the awards, I think it is wise to send a letter to all these to all the managers, or maybe a public letter that says, even on their website, are you an artist? Do you think we can better the awards? Yes. Tell us what you think.
So right. They need to engage with people. They need to
engage, because without us, hakuna awards. So they need to be very humble and come to us and ask, Kuti, what do you think should be done? What do you think we should do? Do you have any input? Do you think pane zvatinokwanisa kuimprove? And it's
I get you.
For some of us, like I disagree on the part yekuti we should even put a category where our icons should be competing against each other.
Yes.
It's something that happened, but ukandibvunza now, kuti VIMBAI, what didn't you like the most? That is the part I didn't like the most. Kuti tinototi John Chibadura na James Chimombe vari kutorwisana kuti who was the better icon. Come on.
Yeah. It doesn't.
That I didn't like. Of course, I have a lot that I didn't like, but mukandibvunzawo ndinogona kukupai this input without having to say it ndapa live yangu ndakasvotwa hangu ndiri kumba kwangu ndabwekana zvangu ndadecide kuti kavidhio kangu kekuisa paInstagram. I think we can still talk about these issues before they happen. Now we are going to look at Zima 2021. We're going to look at Star FM Music Awards 2021 and also Nama before it happens. And then afterwards, they are also going to look at that. Now is the time to actually reflect and see, okay, what did we do wrong? Then we engage the artists. Otherwise, kana musina kuengage my artists. I may not my awards acho muri kuitirani and why.
And in terms of the performances, we don't seem to see a wow factor on stage. You performed at the Star FM Music Awards. You did an unplugged set, and we have seen a lot of performances happening at awards, but nothing really like, wow, okay, did you see that? What's your word? If we were to speak to Napster right now, who's organizing the NAMA, what would you say to him? There's only 24 hours, and I think he could actually benefit.
Well, in 24 hours, you can't really change much when it comes to performances. And to correct you, I only performed at Zima. I didn't perform
it's at Zima. Yes.
I didn't perform at the Star FM Music Awards. What I can say is, as artists, we have ideas of how we can do these, our performances.
Yes.
And zvekuti mu Zimbabwe, mukwanise kuitika zvezvo ndiani kuuya anga kahenga pacrane uya
Popcan,
yeah, that person. So kuti azviitike muZimbabwe ndezveunyepa zvezve, guys. There's a lot that we can do. Okay, crane inogona kunetsa because pamwe inenge siko, but we have a lot more bigger ideas that can happen on stage. other than kuti ndingoenda ndongonomira ipapo nesuti yangu ro newhatever it is zvandakapfeka musi iwoyo ndobata mic ndoimba to a backtrack that is being backed up by a band. We can still do a whole lot more. You know, anyway, next year I'm not in danger perform a copy, but I can assure you, Guti, the things I wanted to do at Zima didn't really work out because of a lot of things, last minute things. And last minute is something I really feel is not necessary for performance. I remember tichinyimwa mavisa tichenda kwenda ku South Africa kuchine mavisa because there is no emergency in performance.
You have to plan.
Taida kama visa next week. Zvikanzi manoroka kuya tataiwa takatozozwa dzaiwa there's no emergency in performance. You guys already knew you had a performance probably 2-3 months prior.
Yeah.
And just like now, already Zima vari kutoziva kuti varoda kuita ma-awards again next year. Yeah. Now is the time to plan. Now is the time to know what do they want. Maybe for the artists, it may not be clear because avaziye zvichaitika 2020 wacho. So they will probably have to do it sometime in November, December, but not in January or February. Takwenda kuma-awards. Because then it makes it very difficult to plan kuti, okay, I need to use my dancers akatakati, but ndiri kuda madancers ekwamutare. Because I've seen their game and I love their game. I see vanhu vanotambawa. Ndo vandiri kuda. So how do I get dancers from Mutare without having to ask them last minute?
Yeah. And
work with the Blawayo band that is coming the day before the awards. So for me that doesn't work. This is why it's one of the reasons why it made my some of the things I wanted to do not to work. Because then my ideas, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, zvacho zviripo, danza zvipo zvazviri nani. Zviripo. Daronga designer vagadzira zvinhu zvakomwa zvaa wosvika last minute stage yauri funga kuti iri kwaisiyo iriko. Sound engineer haasi kutoziya, lighting guy anzi anouya manheru because hapana magetsi or whatever. But to be honest, we can make these things happen. We can make these things way in advance. I think ipapo ndinogona kupaita to the power 2 kuti please wait.
Wait things in advance. Okay, thanks a lot. And before we close, you have been nominated and you have not won. And we don't see you going on a rant. But we've seen other artists, when they don't win an award, they go on a rant. Like they literally trash the whole awards. But when they win, a classic example, okay, I will not give that example. They might take it personally. But we've seen artists, going on a show and ranting and trashing the awards when they don't make it. What's your word to artists, NAMA awards that are coming on Saturday? There are some, obviously, that will win, some that will lose. What is your word to artists after the awards?
What I can say is, the reason why it's a competition, it means one person is going to win. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't mean that person is better than you.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that person is doing things better than you, or has better shows than you, or has better videos than you. No. It means that day is his day. Simple. Yes. Yours will come. It's not, do you know, a nomination could choose from, do you know how many artists we have in Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Why choose why we out of 100, 1,000, 100,000, and you are one of the 3 people.
Yes.
Because your work has been noticed. You have worked hard, you've been noticed. Why didn't they win? But at the end of the day,
for example, who could you say from the recent awards, whom would you say, look, I was pained because of this artist didn't win and they probably deserved? Any artist?
It's not I didn't hide it that I was pained, but that Tammy didn't win. To me, I feel like 2019 was a year. It was a year. She did everything. She worked so hard. Do you know, it's tough to tell, you only grind young.
Yes.
for me to see that her grind is actually going, it means I noticed her, right? So, and the fact that she even had 2 of her songs in the same category, I felt, oh my God, this is her chance. I remember she even went she even went live on Instagram because I think she thought, oh my God, this is my year, you know.
Yes.
And Tommy, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking anything away from Janet. She's amazing and she's a wonderful artist, and I love her music. I
Yes.
just felt this year was Tammy's year. She was there to Coke Studio. She did her thing. She was there. Do you know how many artists in Zimbabwe vakaita interview by SABC? SABC chayo 1, 2, 3, whatever, ETV, hakuna, except maybe for
Very few.
what
And to,
was Selma last year when she did sort of a show. She did her song. She played something on SABC. But
yes.
other than Selma, we're talking about Tammy. Nobody else did that.
Yes,
She
this
is
is nice.
amazing. I am pained. Anenge asvotwa ngarutsi dzokutirwadza kuti ana kuwina. And handisi
Yeah.
kuti Janet ngasawine. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying she won. She's amazing. Her work speaks, right? But I still feel Tammy deserved an award.
Thank you so much, VIMBAI. It's been awesome speaking to you. We could actually continue for the next 30 minutes again. And we have a lot of things to hear from you, to get from you. And what can we look forward to in the next couple of months? What can we expect from VIMBAI before we go?
Well, we have a lot of work coming, and we are not in a rush. Hatisi kutera kuti ngana aburitsa video yake saka takuburitsawo yedu. Aiwa, hatisi kuita izvozvo. Just taking our time and then making sure hakuna sex tape yabuda because ndo yega inogona kungopara zvinhu. But we are working really hard. In a couple of weeks, we'll be releasing my first song of 2020.
Yes.
And we are so excited. My whole team is excited. We're going to release the song first, and then we'll release the video, because we felt like, sometimes people are overshadowed by the video, and they fail to hear the message in the song. So we're going to release the song first, and then we let you enjoy it, and then we'll release the video. So we have a lot lined up. Album coming this year. I can't tell you about any collaborations yet, because ndogonozo kulita kit yacho in the bag. So let's just look forward to what's coming. But there's a lot.
Any can we expect any nude pictures anytime soon?
Yes, I'm thinking next week.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was VIMBAI.
We did a lot more. So we have I would say we have an archive of not just nudes of our photography, and it's going to show all the work that we've been doing, and I'm venturing into a lot of other things in the arts. So before I even let the kid out of the bag, I'm not going to tell you. You're going to see it. And 2020 is the year to make sure that in 2021 we are on the bigger stages.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much. It's been an honor, VIMBAI, speaking to you. That was VIMBAI ZIMUTO there, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much to everybody who's been tuned on to Earground, New Voices Amplified. We keep giving you some of the exciting stories and content from the creative scene and artists from Zimbabwe, and also those that are living in the diaspora, like VIMBAI, who's based in the Netherlands.